Hello everybody, and welcome back to the Lonesome Co channel. Today we will be discussing atmospheric audio and how it can be used to elevate a cinematic scene whilst being very simple to create in an editor's timeline. So check this out. Pretty cool, right? That is a teaser for an upcoming short film I'm currently making, inspired by the 1979 classic Alien. Visually speaking, it's quite captivating. There's not a lot to look at, but still enough for the audience's mind to fill in the gaps. However, you cannot deny that the most driving aspect of this short is the audio. So, in order to create a glorious atmospheric soundscape, only really takes two things: an audio library and an editing software that allows you to stack clips. I personally use DaVinci Resolve as my editing program of choice. This will also work in Adobe, as well as, say, I think Final Cut Pro, but I'd fact check that one before committing fully to it. And a sound library, free or otherwise. Epidemic Sound is what I'm using, which is a paid for subscription, but there are numerous free sound libraries, royalty-free sound libraries on the internet, and I've also found a lot of effective sound effects on YouTube as well. Again, pending the individual that posted it, but a lot of them are royalty-free. Hello and welcome to the slightly claustrophobic part of my room where we have our editing panel open and ready to elaborate. So I've gone ahead and already edited all my clips together. So I've just got this very simple sort of timeline, and I've literally just pulled the timeline up so I can see all of my audio clips underneath. And I'm going to go through and just show you how I've basically edited these all together. So yeah, let's get into it. So starting off with the basics, I've got my 3 audio clips quite simply cut together. This is also a version I put on my Instagram. If you want to check out my Instagram, it's Lonesome Co. I'll link it in the bio. Hence why it's vertical, but it's exactly the same audio and exactly the same principle as before. So drag and pull up and we can reveal all of our clips. Not as many as you'd think, but it's more what you do with them rather than how many there are. Keep that in mind. So I'm going to start with effectively room tone. I didn't record any for this. I literally just recorded the visuals. I decided to go with a industrial room tone. So that is then basically placed underneath all of my clips. By doing that, it effectively sort of solidifies your clips in an environment. You know, a silent clip is eerie to look at. There's something slightly jarring and off about it. By giving it a little bit of background noise, it just sort of, again, it adds to the realism, it adds to the authenticity, it makes it feel like it's supposed to be there. Once the room tone was in, I wanted to add more urgency, like a subtle threat to the scene. You know, the context of this clip is that our character is trying to get off a derelict ship or a ship that is slowly dying. So I thought, well, what better to do to that than with an alarm? So that's where this alarm comes into play. It's got a really nice tone to it. Actually, the original clip is considerably higher and faster. And basically what I've done is I've just gone into my volume controls within DaVinci, so this isn't anything extra, just within it, and I've changed the speed of the clip and I've slowed it down by 60%, and then I've basically just dropped the pitch and tones as well to sort of give it this nice sort of eerie and lurking feel, which I think really adds to the concept. I wanted to add a little bit more life to my character because he was just sort of kind of there lurking in the background for all of this. So I ended up doing a little bit of ADR. And literally, as you can see, the character wears a face mask throughout this entire thing. So I literally took the little lapel mic that I'm wearing here, put the face mask on over my face, and recorded some ASMR breathing. Breathing changes as it goes through. I also recorded a little dialogue of the and yeah, sort of again added that to give more, and then add a little bit of, as he runs away from camera, some fast breathing to give this idea that he's moving at haste. So far we've grounded our scene in a degree of reality with the room tone. We've added a sense of urgency and possibly a little bit more of a sense of location. You know, the alarm, it adds to that industrial, slightly otherworldly feel. We've also given life to our character through the breathing. At this point, outside of the face masks, there's really not a lot you can tell about where our character is. It's just a black nothingness. So I thought, well, what happens if I added metal footsteps? So that's where I added the single, again, off of the Epidemic Sound website, steps. And they sound a little goofy on their own, but blended with everything else, it really just adds this nice, I think, I'm not sure if I actually added, did I add any effects? I did, I changed the semitones again. I believe the metal boots were quite considerably higher. Yeah, and I've basically just dropped the semitones to give them a much more of a heavy clunk. And that's kind of it. You stick everything together, turn all the audio recordings off, turn all the mute sounds off, stick it all together, and you get... And there we have it. Very simple, but very effective audioscape, all inside a singular editing software. For those of you who hadn't noticed already, this is probably not technically the proper way to edit audio. There are numerous audio applications, and I think even DaVinci Resolve, actually no, I do know DaVinci Resolve has a whole audio mixer within its software that can allow you to take this even further. But for the sake of keeping this simple but effective, doing it all within the timeline works. And if you can get around the slightly awkward and cramped workspace, I've been able to create some really, really cool stuff just off of the work surface alone. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you really enjoyed the episode and learned possibly a little bit more about how to edit audio. It's cool if not, but if you did, do give it a like and maybe even subscribe and stick around if you want to see more of this stuff. I'm going to be posting lots more over the coming weeks. More to come, lots of exciting stuff on the horizon. And yeah, thanks for watching. See you around.